when we and other companies have acquired British brands, it's not with any kind of morbid sense of retribution or triumph. There is enormous affection. There is enormous affection for these British brands. There's an affinity and a sense of manifest destiny that it is our job to revive these brands. We're going to have fun doing this as well. And that indomitable spirit of the BSA is hardwired into the new Goldstar. It's embedded, that spirit, that DNA.
Birmingham Small Arms Company. Does that name ring a bell? Well, it may not. But what if I say BSA and all our childhood and all the bikes that we know come forward? Bringing back the legacy and the vintage feel of BSA motorcycles is classic legends from the house of Mahindra & Mahindra. And their first launch in India is the BSA Goldstar 650 right here as we can see. And let's now go and talk to Anupam Thareja, the mind behind this beautiful bike. I'd like to firstly like to thank you for joining us. I know you're not keeping well. It's been a long day for you. But if you could take us through the bike, tell us about your favorite features, specifications, and what is it that you want a rider to be excited for in this particular bike?
The beauty of this is that we have really put our heart behind making sure a single gives what a biker needs. A thump of the single, the feeling of a single, but without the problems of a single. So the technology which we have put behind a single is what makes this bike, the riding, the handling, so it's all about character, right? How you feel when you ride. So yeah, I think right from NV Edge to ergo, the way you sit on the bike, the way you feel on the bike, like people say, right, you can make a bike with a lot of gizmos and a lot of lights and batteries and electronics, but sometimes you make things simple. So leave the creativity to the rider, right? So it is a bike made for riders. It's a bike where we believe will get motorcycling up, will get riders back into this category. It's a very powerful machine. It's got the highest torque in its category, which shows that you don't compromise on power or on performance or on torque just because it's a single. So we have gone down to that detail, and the rest is just drop dead gorgeous. That's all I can say. I mean, it's design led. I mean, I see this and I say, humbly, well done, right? It's a beautiful bike.
Well, definitely, I'm sure the people who are racing for the bookings will also say, well done, Anupam. But as Mr. Mahindra said in his address, that the mission is now to revive the iconic brands and bikes, and who didn't know about BSA? The legacy goes back all the way to World War II. But how did it all start? Considering there's a JV involved with Tube Investments, you had to go all the way to the UK and bring it back to India. Take us through the journey of this bike and to reintroduce BSA in Indian market.
So the JV in India is easy. I think there's a brand, it is here, they were making cycles, we have motorcycles, they don't want to make motorcycles, we don't want to make cycles, so the best way is to put it in a JV. UK was a very interesting journey. That was a much more complex journey. The guys, David Bennett, who owned this brand through BSA Regal, was very passionate about it himself. He tried many a times to revive the brand. And then when we spoke, he realized that you need Indian grit. And today is Independence Day, so yes, Indian grit. And the manufacturing systems and everything that comes along with it. But also the honesty, right? In terms of competition, I think the market is small. The market needs to expand. And we've always seen across categories, when you have different kind of product offerings with different characters, with different price points, that's what expands the market. Mid-market segment will be the fastest growing segment globally to my mind. And I keep on reminding you, I'm very proud to tell you that we are simultaneously opening countries. We did India today, we did 13 countries last month. So it's a global footprint we are expanding. India is, of course, something which we really love, but this is where we are.
We're also at a time globally where all eyes are on India when it comes to manufacturing. You, of course, have a plant in India, but you're also opening a plant overseas. What's the capacity like? If you could take us through the capacity of the Indian plant, the UK plant, what's the roadmap? Where do you plan to export?
So provenance is important. The world belongs to a storyteller. We can't tell the brand story wrong. That's why UK is important for this brand. And you know we've partnered with the UK government for the electric bike. So that will be our first offering out of there. and we'll set up for that.
Would you want for our viewers to get on the bike once so that we get the spectacle? And
Absolutely.
you can again take us through
But,
what are
as
you enjoying the most
As a
about
biker,
it?
I would like to be on an open road on this. It's such a beautiful machine, and everything. It's the difficult part is you get all these gorgeous parts that look like jewelry, but the technology inside it. So what we do is we contemporize the classic, and classic means timeless. It's not retro, it's not vintage, it's classic. So this is a classic motorcycle with absolutely state-of-art technology under the hood, and that's what I'm so proud of, and I'm looking forward to riding this, and I hope you also should throw a leg on this and see how this feels. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you, and thank you for talking to CNBC-TV18.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Well, that was all that you needed to know about the BSA Goldstar 650. Talking about the bike, if we take a closer look, you can obviously see the teardrop tank that has been retained, giving it a very vintage feel. The pricing of the bike ranges from 2.99 lakh all the way up to 3.15 depending on the color choice. That was about BSA Goldstar 650. This is Rachna Dhanrajani for CNBC-TV18.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV18 on all the social media platforms.